and welcome to another episode of Marvel Mad. I'm your host, doing the Captain Coffee, and again, as always, a friend of the channel, Nate from Thwip Media. I'd like to say thank you very much to joining us again. And how you doing, friend?
Pretty good. How are you doing?
And not too bad, my friend. Thank you very much. We're going to have a look at season 2 of Loki, like thoughts and things that are going off, and I'll let Nate take the floor. So, all to you, my friend.
Okay, so I've got a page and a half of notes of points I wanted to go over. I don't know if you have anything different, but I've kind of divided it based on the characters.
Yeah, no, that's all right, mate. I've recently watched the trailer again just to get me ideas back in again, sort of thing. But yeah, take it away, my friend, and we'll go through point by point. I don't mind.
Okay, so obviously the first reactions came out yesterday. I'd say maybe 80 to 90% of them had been fairly positive. I have seen a couple saying that it's kind of filled with exposition and it's kind of slow at times, but I'm not worried about that. I've seen enough positive ones that it still excites me.
Yeah. Well, you're going to expect that sort of exposition just to have slow moments in you, sort of thing. So they're going to have to explain it for some people. But no, I say what I've seen and what I've read now, like, it sounds pretty positive. But then again, we did have similar sort of things with Secret Invasion as well now, so we've got to
That's true.
see what happens, sort of thing.
Yeah. Okay, so my first point is Kang. Will we see the Council of Kangs in the show? What do you think?
Myself, I can only think we're going to just see the one, and that's Victor Timely. That's what I think. I don't know whether we'll have a point later in the series or anything like that, but for me, at the moment, the only one that I can really say is I think we'll just see Victor Timely. I think we'll see, like obviously in the trailers, you see the statues and stuff like you did in the first Loki season 1.
Yeah.
But I don't think you'll see anything else. I can see that Victor Timely, I don't know, just being like a catalyst, to like just flip and then he'll become the almighty Kang and stuff like that later on. But
that would be interesting.
Yeah, myself, I can just see him just being that one myself. So, what do you think, my friend?
I think because, like, the reception for the first season, people have been saying it's like their favorite Disney Plus show. So they have to do something. Yeah, you have to do something in the end that kind of builds the hype and also the, I guess, anticipation for the threat of Kang and how much of a threat he poses. Because Quantumania didn't really, I guess, prove that, because you like killed that variant at the end of it. Or killed, we don't know for sure, but yeah, that was kind of disappointing for a lot of people, so they need to kind of redo how they've introduced this character and kind of, I guess, give him a more threatening and exciting introduction than the one Quantumania gave. But personally, I think the Council of Kangs could maybe show up at the very end. Maybe in like another post-credit scene, or just at the very end, when maybe Loki maybe enters another, timeline and they're like more prominent there. Who knows?
Yeah, no, that sounds alright, yeah.
Yeah. Do you think we'll see any new variants in addition to Victor Timely?
Myself, maybe one more or maybe two, but I can't see it being many. Like I said, I can just honestly see just Victor Timely being the big bad, if you want to call him, sort of thing, and then maybe a variant or two at the end. Maybe like a variant of the other two ones you've seen in the main Council of Kangs or something like that, sort of thing. I'm not too sure, but yeah, maybe. But I've not seen enough from the trailer to say, yeah, we're gonna have loads of different Kangs, sort of thing.
Yeah, I think for the most part they're gonna stick with just Victor Timely, considering how the whole Jonathan Majors situation is going on right now. We don't know for sure where his future sits as well. I think if they were to introduce one other one, I think they would have to confirm his real name as being Nathaniel Richards, like in the comics. He's a descendant of Reed Richards. I think that would be a really cool nod to that Reed Richards is coming.
Yeah, yeah. Who could
And
head
that,
towards Fantastic Four later down the line as well.
yeah, because they're going to play a big part in the Avengers movies too. So I think that would be cool if they were to add any other variant, but who knows?
Yeah.
Okay, so my next point, I have Loki and Sylvie. In the trailer, it looks like there's some obvious tension between them. I think that could be just because, you know, at the end of season 1, Sylvie killed He Who Remains and shoves Loki into the altered timeline. So there's going to be a bit of banter between them. What do you think could be another reason why they've got some tension between them?
Myself, I think the main point of tension will be they're going to be like an opposite sides of what they want to do, sort of thing. And I think I can see throughout the series they're going to always constantly be like clashing, and the tension's going to be there where he's going to be trying to convince her to like come back to him and stuff like that, sort of thing, where she'll just want to be on this pretty much like a warpath to eliminating everything that she sees is not fit, sort of thing. That's why you see her like hiding out at McDonald's and bits and bobs like that, sort of thing. So I just think at the moment they might like get back together at the end of the series, but at the moment they're just going to be on literally opposite sides all the time. They're literally just going to be constantly clashing like that, sort of thing.
Yeah, I think the whole relationship between them is eventually going to get resolved. Like you see it in the trailer, they're working together at some point. But I think for a majority of the season, there's going to be some back and forth between them where Loki's like, why did you do that to me? Like, we had a deal or something like that. And then she's just on her own personal journey to, I guess, ridding the multiverse of the people who took her life away from her, I guess.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
Another point about Sylvie, do you think she will become the Enchantress?
Ooh, oh, damn. Damn, that's through right left field out, man.
She's got very similar power set to her.
Yeah,
She's an iconic Thor villain.
Yeah.
And I think even when she was cast in Loki season 1, a lot of people were saying that she's the Enchantress.
Yeah, that is true. And she could do. To be honest, me personally, I never really saw that coming, sort of thing. And that is a good suggestion. So yeah, very well, maybe at the end of the series and that lot. But yeah, no, that's something else to think about. I never really thought of that. So yeah, that's quite nice, that is.
Because I just thought of that, like, you know, like, we've had Wanda. Like, we know she was the Scarlet Witch, but she was never actually referred to as the Scarlet Witch until WandaVision. So maybe it could be something like that, where Sylvie's calling herself Sylvie, but then she's going to adopt the title of the Enchantress. Yeah.
Yeah, that's very. Yeah,
I think that would be cool.
Yeah, that would be quite nice, actually. That'd be a nice little twist on it as well. So I think harking back to the connections to Thor and that all sort of things, that'd be really nice. That would.
Yeah. Another thing about Loki. Do you think he will escape his timeline and try to warn the Avengers of Kang's upcoming attack?
I think he will. There's a scene in it where it looks like, well, in the trailer I could see, that it looks like it reminded me of, you know, what's it called? Like Kang Sitter in Ant-Man Quantumania. There's like a really short... Chronopolis, that's it. There's a really short scene there where it looks like Loki's standing on the platform bit and he's looking across like the big battlefield. And I'm wondering, actually, hang on a minute. I wonder if he's like skipped into the quantum realm, bit like that sort of thing. He's going to bump into like maybe Ant-Man or the Wasp or Hank Pym or something like that sort of thing. So I do think he will warn them, not like Kang is coming or something like that sort of thing.
Yeah.
I do think he's going to... He's got to, I think, eventually bump into some familiar faces that he knows from like back in the Avengers and all that sort of thing. So I do think he will warn them. But how he does it, that's the only sort of bit I've seen so far that makes it look like there's the link. That's how he's gonna warn them and get the word out. Like at the end of obviously Ant-Man and Quantumania, Scott's walking down the street saying, "Hang on, have I done the right thing?" or sort of thing. Is that like has Loki put that in his head? Sort of thing. Is Loki the reason why he's doubting himself and that sort of thing? I'm not too sure, but I do think he will eventually like let them know, sort of thing.
Yeah, I think Loki has to be the one to serve that role that Hulk did in Infinity War, warning everyone else of Thanos coming. I think Loki, it would also be a redeeming thing for him because to everyone else, he's still a villain. And when he comes back, he's going to be changed and they're going to be like, that wasn't what you were like before, and also you're dead, so how are you here? Because a lot of people haven't seen him since he died in Infinity War, so yeah, I think he has to be the one to warn the Avengers, and it would also be weird for him turning to the people he used to think were his enemies. He needs their help to stop Kang.
Yes,
yeah, I think that would be a better role for him to play more than Ant-Man. Because obviously Ant-Man could do that too. I just think it would be a more, I guess, redeeming quality for Loki if he was to do it instead of Ant-Man.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
Definitely.
Next point, I have Ravonna. So in the comics, Ravonna is Kang's love interest. Do you think they will establish that relationship in this season?
To me, I'm just going through from the trailers and that lot, and obviously from season 1, but there's nothing telling me from what I've seen that they're gonna have that link. To be honest, it'd be nice and it'd be a brilliant callback to the comics and stuff like that sort of thing. But I don't know. It'd be a nice lot of human quality to him as well, sort of thing. Because we've only really seen him as this like daunting thing, basically, that figure.
Yeah.
But it'd be a nice human side to him as well, sort of thing. But I don't.
Yeah.
Myself, I can't see it. I really can't.
Well, I know in the trailer you see footage of Victor Timely in the past, and you also see, I don't know if it's the same Ravonna, but you see a variant of her also in that same timeline. So maybe they're like a couple that are doing those magic experiments. Maybe they're like just a couple in that one. I don't know if they would be in everyone, but I think it would be cool if they established that. And then something happens where Kang is fueled to, avenge her, depending on what happens.
Oh, yeah.
And I did do a video. I don't know if you saw it, the video I made about Avengers Forever and the Kang Dynasty. How that would be a perfect template for it.
Oh, I've not had a look there, but I will have a look at that afterwards.
Okay, you could check it out on my channel if anyone wants to. But I explain how that relationship could be the turning point for Kang's overall, motivation to carry out his dynasty.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's nice.
Yeah. So I think if they tap into that would be cool. But I'm excited to see Ravonna come back because she was a cool character in season 1.
Yeah.
And she's a great actress playing her too.
Yep,
so.
True. Very true.
Next point, I have Obi, who is Ki-Hee Kwan's character. He's new to the series. He's in charge of all of the tech in the TVA, so I'm interested to see what role he plays in, I don't know, maybe creating some gadgets for them to fight back on Kang. I'm not sure of his scale for the future of the MCU for him, like how big of a role he's going to play going forward. But I hope the best for him because Ki-Hee Kwan's an amazing actor.
He's brilliant.
He's
absolutely brilliant.
Yeah, he's awesome.
As soon as I seen him in the trailer, and I was like, "Oh, bloody hell, bless him! That's fucking fantastic. That is that lot." But I can't see him past this season, if you get me, sort of thing. I can see him as like a one and done. That's your thing, sort of thing in this series, but. I'd like to see what else he's going to do because I can see him, like you say, making more little like trinket gadgets and stuff like that sort of thing to help Mobius and Loki sort of thing. But I'm quite interested to see what else he can bring to the series.
Yeah. Then my last point I have is Mobius and the TVA. So this is something I've been seeing online. A bit of a theory that by the end of this there will be a rebellion against Kang. Because the TVA is is something that He Who Remains created to keep the timeline intact from, like any other Kang interfering with it. So do we think that all the variants in the TVA will end up realizing that they've been brainwashed by Kang only to serve him, and that they'll rebel, and then there's going to be a huge, fallout from that?
Oh, that my personal opinion is, with what's happening in obviously season 2 now, I could literally just see this, the TVA and everything out just being literally decimated and wiping out sort of thing. So to have it as a rebellion that causes that, and obviously go up against Kang and everything, that will really be quite nice now. It would make sense to have that rebellion to just like go up against Kang and that lot and realise, hang on a minute, we're being pissed around here sort of thing. Yeah. So yeah, I'd never really thought it as a rebellion, but yeah, I could definitely see that happening sort of thing, to be honest. Yeah.
I think that could either go one of two ways, because obviously Kang is super powerful, so he could like squash them right away, or they're gonna put up a real fight because they have like so much access to all the time manipulation stuff, the same way Kang does.
Definitely.
So I think that would be cool if that happens too. So where do you see this season going forward into the MCU? What could it set up, and what role will it play going forward?
Myself, it's got to lead. I think this will literally just lead straight to Kang Dynasty, to be honest. Myself, because I can't, with the other films coming up, I can't. It's not going to really link into the Miss Marvels. I can't really see it. Like I say, it could obviously lead up to maybe Fantastic Four and that lot, with their relation to Reed Richards and everything.
Yeah.
But you look at the others now, I can't really see where else it's going to lead up and that sort of thing. So my main thing is got to lead up to something towards Kang Dynasty and that, like with Loki getting out and of warning like the Avengers and stuff, to say, look, something's happening, be prepared, sort of thing. But if they play it right, and if they play it as good as they did Loki season 1, this will surpass like my top 3 of WandaVision, Loki season 1, and Captain America and the Winter Soldier, Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Sorry, I think it will surpass them 3 and be like the number 1 best Disney Plus Marvel episode on there, sort of thing. And I am really looking forward to it, sort of thing. And if they play it well, it'll be just fantastic and lead up to the big turning point. Like, look, Kang's coming. You got to book up your ideas and know something bad's going to happen, sort of thing. Yeah. But for me, I can only see it linking up to Kang Dynasty. I really can't see it linking up to anything else. Like I say, maybe Fantastic Four, but other than that, I'm not 100% sure where else.
Now, I have also seen the TVA is reportedly playing a part in Deadpool 3.
Oh, no, yes, of course, yes, sorry, I didn't
because
see
Deadpool
that.
has the time travel thing, so now he's messing up all the timelines and they have to stop Deadpool.
Yeah.
So I think it would be interesting if he becomes like an agent of the TVA in some way.
Oh,
and he's teamed up with Loki to, kind of go around and recruit people across the multiverse, because, Hugh Jackman's coming.
Oh, I didn't even think of that, yeah.
Maybe he's a part of that. And all the other X-Men are kind of rumored to be in that too, returning in their roles. Yeah. So maybe he's going around with the help of the TVA in the end, recruiting people because Loki has told him that someone is coming and he's going to need all the help they can get.
Yeah, I didn't even think of that, yeah. I do remember now seeing that something was happening with the TVA in Deadpool 3, and it would make sense because obviously you have the other X-Men appearing in, I think it was either Deadpool 3 or the
Deadpool 2, he opens the door and they're all inside.
So they're supposed to be coming back, aren't they? I think it's either in Deadpool 3 or the Secret Wars, I think, or something like that, the Avengers film, like that. So yeah, that would make sense. That I'm in recruiting, so yeah, that's quite nice. That is, yeah.
Yeah, I think the other obvious one is Kang Dynasty 2, and
Yeah.
then Secret Wars. Like, I think Loki is going to end up becoming maybe not the same way Iron Man was in the Infinity Saga, but he's going to be a super key role going forward. Like, he's going to be a top 3 most important hero in the MCU going forward, I think.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'm really excited to see where this goes.
Yeah, I say I can totally understand where you're coming from there. He's going to be like the linchpin of this saga sort of thing, where he's like putting the dots all together sort of thing, and then leading up to the big finale at the end sort of thing. But yeah, no, I am really looking forward to this one as well sort of thing, to be honest. I just hope it's as good as season 1, maybe better sort of thing. I really do. What I've seen, yeah, I'm really looking forward to that all sort of thing.
Yeah, I think if people don't connect with this season, then Marvel's kind of lost their hope on getting people hooked on where they're trying to go with this, because this is the stepping point into what's coming next. And if people don't connect with it, then I don't know what they're going to do after that. They're going to have to kind of rework everything.
Yeah, massively. They'll really struggle. If this don't land, then they'll not have to work.
Especially after Secret Invasion.
Yeah. They'll have all the hype about that sort of thing was really, and then just ends on like a damp squib sort of thing. It's just like, no, you need to really, really hit out of the bag here sort of thing. And it'll give them a big boost as well to the Marvels coming. The Marvels coming out as well sort of thing. If you get everybody on board with this, then they'll be like, oh, actually, yeah, it will be worth going on. Because I say Captain Marvel and Miss Marvel, the series, they were good. Don't get me wrong, they was good in that lot, but there wasn't that much hyper anticipation to see them all together in this new film. So I think this can be a good boosting platform to get everybody back on side and go, no, look, we are doing okay, we are there sort of thing. But I totally understand that, mate. But yeah.
Any additional thoughts? That's all the points I've got.
I'd like to see how, myself personally, I'd like to see if they're gonna. I know it's a long shot and they don't have a working sort of thing with Sony out there, but with him like time slipping, it's very much similar to my thought on Miles glitching sort of thing. So I'd like to see him maybe just like, even if it's like a glancing nod towards the Spider-Verse films and that sort of thing. It is, because to me, you can't have him time slipping and then have in the same year Miles glitching like that as well. It's too similar of a thing sort of thing. So I'd like to see him throw a nod towards that sort of thing. Just go, look, yeah, it may not be glitching because he's in the right universe and stuff like that sort of thing, but it is very similar. So I'd like to see a nod towards that, and that be explained as well sort of thing, and maybe like explain that as well from like my Spider-Man films. But other than that, I can't thank you as much as I can, to be honest, because them points are pretty much bang on what I was thinking that lot. So yeah, thank you, and it's made me look forward to season 2 of Loki even more. I wish it was on Bleeding Wednesdays, because now my time schedule.
Yeah, they keep changing the day on it all the time too. They've gone Friday to Wednesday, and now it's on Thursday. It's all over the place.
Honestly, it's doing my bleeding boxing. I'm gonna have to write bleeding, stay up late and piss around now. I am that all sort of thing to get some episodes out of it. But yeah, I'm well looking forward to that, and I can't wait for it to come out. So I'd like to say thank you very much for that, Nate, and some brilliant points there. We'll definitely go and check out your video as well on that lot for the connections for Kang and everything. Everybody go and give Nate a follow on Thwip Media and that lot. An absolutely brilliant channel. Just a brilliant person as well, and I'm always glad to help him out and have him on the channel as well sort of thing. You'll see a lot more of Nate in the next coming weeks and everything. We've got some nice things planned together, me and Nate have, to get some stuff up on the channel, and it's going to be really interesting and quite fun, to be honest. So I'd just like to say thank you very much, my friend, for coming back on, having a look at Loki season 2 again. Is all hyped for it again, and
thank you for having me.
No, that's alright, my friend. There's anytime in that lot. But we'll see you again very soon, and all you lot as well. So come back to the channel, like, share and subscribe and all that jazz. And I'd just like to say thank you very much for coming here. Check out the next channel as well, and we'll see you all soon. So thank you very much, and goodbye.